In this video, we'll overview a teacher's perspective in the typical use of the BCLN student management system. In this typical setup, a teacher is assigned to a few different DL courses depending on their specialty. They are given an account that gives the teacher access to both the Moodle courses and the SMS. The update of a password in the SMS causes the update in Moodle and vice versa. It's only one account for them to keep track of. Now, on a daily basis, the teacher accesses the SMS to check for new students. Now, they typically have some instructions in the tops of their courses so that the students who have entered are already started into the course. In the SMS, they see the new student show up as a processing student. The teacher can see them in the table and can see where they're from and when they applied. If they click on the editor icon on the left here, they can view the student's details, and from here they can also see if they're in other courses as well. They can see their age, their phone number, their address, and so on. So if we close the student information area here, we're back to the main table. Now, while in the SMS, the teachers can also get a good look at the student progress. Here under Progress, the portion of the course completed is shown, and this is tied to the completion tracking feature in Moodle. Once the teacher is comfortable that the student has completed more than the required 5% of the course, they simply click this box. This, along with the confirmation by the office that the appropriate documentation is on file, causes the student's status to automatically be active. Once the student is active, their activation date is time-stamped here. This, along with the time-stamping of their application date and each assignment and quiz submission along the way, means that the activation of each student is very well documented. Speaking of documents, the collection of student documents, that is birth certificates and proof of residency and such, is a shared responsibility in our system between the office staff and the teachers. While the office staff regularly collects and copies the documents, the teachers are also responsible for identifying the students who have been active for over a week and still don't have the documents box checked here. The teacher, recognizing the problem, can put a freeze on the student account until those documents are submitted. Another part of the progress section here is the current grade. This is pulled from the Moodle course gradebook and allows for the quick check on where a student is at, how far into the course they are, and what is their current grade. If a student is having difficulty, the teacher attempts to contact the student to provide assistance. A common practice is to go up here and click under Last Login, maybe greater than 5 days, which pulls up all of the students in that course who haven't logged in the last 5 days. And then they can check them all off, and we suggest they click Quick Contact. This brings up all the info that you're going to need to call home. Their age, the school, phone numbers, last time they were into Moodle, quick access to the report card, portion completed, etc. Now, when I dial the number, I feel confident that I have the answer to any question, or I'm able to deal with any challenge that comes along. If a student says that they've been working so hard in the last few days, it's always fun to say, I see that the last time you were in was January 3rd at exactly 2:30 in the afternoon. Or, I can actually see that the very last assignment you submitted was exactly 15 days ago. Basically, it makes for a very to-the-point conversation. And these conversations are often better for the students in the long run, of course. In the short term, they kind of hate the fact that you know everything. Once you've had your conversation, you can type in a quick summary here and then move on to the next student. It's a very efficient way to stir the students up and get the communication going. Once you're done, you just click Save, and all the comments are added to the student's contact log for your future reference. That being said, I should also point out that if you're here and you just can't recall the communication that you've had with this student in the past, you can click here to see all previous contacts with this student. This is really handy. I like chatting a little, then saying, okay, now 2 weeks ago you had promised that you were really going to get going and that you'd have the first unit done by yesterday. So how's that going? If this student has been having troubles in another course, you can also see those comments in the contact logs, which may change your approach on how you deal with this. You see, if your comments might be useful to another teacher on how to deal with a student, you can leave the comment type as global. That is, all teachers can see it. If there's some particular reason for keeping a comment only viewable by yourself, then just change this to local. I encourage that the vast majority of comments should be global, as it helps other teachers know the problems that you're having with a student, which definitely helps them with their approach. Also, I'll note that all correspondence using the Moodle Messenger system also shows up in this previous contacts area, allowing you to answer questions and make group comments within a course, knowing that they've been documented in the quick contacts for quick reference. The more you document, the better. This log can be used by administrators, counselors, and other teachers to help you be more effective with those students. Just one last thing I'll add from a teacher's perspective here is that when you have a student complete your course, you just enter their final grade right here into the table. Once it's entered, the student status automatically becomes complete. Now, if you have a bunch of marks to enter at the same time, just select the students that you're going to be entering for and then click Enter in Final Mark here. And it's a little faster for those multiple entry situations. I think that pretty much summarizes a teacher's day-to-day work with the SMS. So that's the end of this video, focusing on supporting student success or a teacher's perspective. Watching other videos in this series will help you get a more complete picture of this system and its use.